Alright. Right on time today. Right on time. Do we have audio? Time. We do indeed. So hello, people of the internet. It is I, Soul Rack Dragon here, back with more Fate Grand Order, where today we will be finishing Lostbelt 7. Before that, though, just a quick notification that the 22 million downloads campaign will begin tomorrow, it seems. So you finally reached 22 million downloads. Congratulations. I look a little different than usual. What else is a special occasion? And I am the most powerful of all goddesses, you know. This is just the kind of surprise a goddess like me would have in store, right? And I've prepared some great stuff for the celebration, so take it before Doomsday finds out. I know there are lots of things to come on the horizon, but I also know you'll be fine, because I'm here to help. So keep helping. So keep on taking good care of this goddess of the underworld, Master of Chaldea. So, Ereshkigal's Spiriton dress will be selectable as a... Ereshkigal with her new Spiriton dress is a support servant in the Ember Gatherings and the Training Ground quest, which is kind of cool. There's going to be some new stuff added to the Mana Prism shop. Some standard login bonus stuffs. Skill strengthening missions added to master missions. So the more servants you strengthen. Okay, that's cool. For a maximum of 30 quartz, 9 3-star foes of both kinds, and 300 prisms. Looks like it is just raising skills to level high, so I should be fine here. I should get all those rewards. Limited time items added to the exchange shop, including rare, and then a new mana prism exchange. Take Romance is being added, featuring Romani. Increase QP from drops by 1% and Master XP by 1%, as well as just a 5% if you get it max limit broken. Ember and Training Ground, half AP. And again, showing the support servant, double chance for super and great success. Half AP for all free quests until the first time you cleared them. You have to have cleared LB7. And you can get a Spiriton dress for Ereshkigal by clearing her Spiriton dress wardrobe key acquisition quest. So there is a acquisition quest to acquire it. Okay, cool. And we get Goth Ereshkigal, or rather, Ereshkigal Altar. That's cool. I will gladly be doing that. Oh, and it looks like Eresh and Protea are on the rate-up banner for 22 million downloads. That is quite the duo. And looks like advanced quests have been added, but advanced quests are not really something I do. They're kind of just annoyances, to be honest. But we're going to claim everything here, and then we're going to jump in to finish off LB7. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to drop a subscription because it is very much appreciated, and you'll get to see when future FGO story points come out, whatever those might be, because I don't really know what's coming after the Lostbelts. But back into the Sea of Tree of Emptiness, ORT, Xibalba. Of course, we are in the Mist World now. We are no longer in Mictlan. It is just the Misty World now. Still unable to use command spells. Yeah, last time we beat ORT. Let's continue to section 23, which is still not the final section because we are not getting a Grail as a reward. Unable to continue. 1 arrow. Formation restricted. Ruler class enemy. So this tells me we're up against Tezcatlipoca again. Given that we are in the Mist World where we encountered him in the first place, where he scammed us out of our command spells and writes as a master by saying, oh yeah, you totally died in that fall. You definitely died. He did some weird mumbo-jumbo to pull us here, I know it. Anyways, without further ado, let's begin the 5th Sun. You'll form your party before the battle begins. And because it does not have the stupidly intense graphics of the rest of the Lostbelt, we don't have to restart. FGO. Yay! That's a relief. Where am I? I remember now, this is where I came before I woke up in that cave. Can't see a thing and no one's here. All by myself. I'm strangely fulfilled. I mean, we just kicked ORT's ass, you know? Pay him a visit. So, in character, we know who's going to be here. As well. According to one interpretation of Aztec mythology, the dead were sorted into those who died in battle and those who died of natural causes. Those who died in battle were guided to the 12th of the 13 heavens, a paradise called Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan's eastern region was Tlahuitzlampa, the final resting place for warriors who died in battle and human sacrifices. Teotihuacan's western region was Quihuatlampa, the final resting place for women who died in childbirth. Teotihuacan's southern region was Huitzlampa, the bright and shining final resting place for dead children. And Teotihuacan's northern region was Mictlanpa, a zone of peaceful repose and quiet. Mictlanpa was the domain of Tezcatlipoca, the omnipotent god of war and death who demanded sacrifice. Meanwhile, there was also a separate subterranean underworld, divided into 9 layers. This underworld subjected the souls of humans who died of natural causes to numerous trials in order to make them strong enough to return to the living world. That underworld was called Mictlan. In proper human history, it was the domain of 2 gods, the exceedingly cunning Mictlantecuhtli and his wife Mictecacihuatl. These were the only gods who dealt solely with matters of death. The Mesoamerican peoples thought of death as a close neighbor, thus every god had some connection to death, regardless of what kind of god they may have been. There can be no life without death. And the question of how to explain and overcome death was one each god could answer as they chose. In that regard, there was no god more inscrutable than Tezcatlipoca. As a god of war, he would seek warriors capable of winning battles, for he saw combat as the greatest height to which people could aspire. But the souls of warriors were not led to his domain. Instead, they were led to Tlahuitzlampa in the east. Even though Tezcatlipoca would plant the seeds of war, it would always be another god who reaped their harvest. Mictlanpa, Tezcatlipoca's paradise of peaceful repose and quiet. Even now it remains unclear what might have resulted in the dead being guided to this realm. All we know for sure is that it was not a subterranean underworld like Mictlan or Xibalba. The best guess we have is that it was the domain of for souls who had fought a great battle and had earned a good, long rest. Fought a hard battle and earned a rest? That certainly sounds like us! David! He's here! He died then. I mean, we kind of knew he died. Threw himself into ORT. Which makes you wonder if his memory problems have been fixed now. Makes you wonder. There you have it, Tezcatlipoca. Chaldea stopped ORT. Your vision of the future is no more than illusion. Now, God or not, now that you've spoken a falsehood, you need to be punished. Let me go get Quetzalcoatl. I believe her domain was Quihuatlampa to the west, right? Damn, you serious? Please, anything but the bird brains Makana. That thing rattles my skull harder than a hangover. Besides, I didn't speak falsely. ORT did destroy a world. Mictlan. I just embellished what came after a little bit. I could have gone all the way if I'd had a little bit more budget to work with. Anyway, we've got a guest. Looks like it's the one you've been waiting for, David. David? I wouldn't say I was waiting for him. This is quite a detour, you know. I figured the odds were 50-50. Of course he was going to show up. He still has to get back what he pawned. Oh, so you are going to keep up the whole master gig. Fighting and all that? Right, kid? Yes, I am. If this is the border between life and death, I'm taking back my master authority. Hang on, Tezcatlipoca. I thought Sol had already gained his master's authority. You both saw him summoning servants. Yeah, he was able to do that much. As long as he had his command spells, he could use the underworld boundaries to draw on the connection he's made so far. I gave those command spells to Camazotz, and he got them all back from him. But I never gave up his master authority. That I've still got. I see, so it wasn't truly a fair fight at all. Really, David? You sick ORT on us, and you think, yeah, this wasn't that fair of a fight. Are you saying that if we had our full capabilities as a master, it would have been a fair fight? That explains why the man who saved the world seemed so unintimidating. Alright, let's fight. This is Mictlanpa, a realm of neither life nor death. You don't have to worry about the debt you incurred to return to life now. Here, you're in perfect condition, Master. The winner will be kicked back to life, and the price that was paid returned. In your case, that would mean regaining your command spells, your master authority. In my case, what would happen in my case, Tezcatlipoca? You'd come back to life with another chance. Hell, I could even return you to the moment you summoned me. Make sure ORT destroys the whole planet this time. Of course, that means you have to face Chaldea a second time, too. So I'd have to repeat that year, huh? All 525,600 minutes. No, wait. That's alright. It would only be around 30 hours. So I'm giving up. Why? What a strange question. I'm doing this for the same reason you do what you do. It's not out of a sense of duty. It's just what I want to do. Pure self-gratification. You're really one hell of a berserker, fracturing the whole goddamn planet to amuse yourself, and that master there's cut from the same cloth. Alright, I'll banish whoever wins from my domain. This will be the last initiation into Aztec mythology. Don't hold back now. I want you putting everything you've got into this fight. Do that, and I'll still respect the loser. Those who flee in panic, hesitate to kill, and second-guess justice are cowards, not to be recognized as warriors. You shun death too much for my liking, but you've survived this long while holding on to your principles, so you've earned my recognition. Different ascension. Master of Chaldea, if you truly harbor the soul of a warrior, then I will respond as a warrior myself. I welcome all warriors, no matter what form they take. In Aztec culture, only victorious warriors can receive glory and acclaim. I'm all for that. But in battle there are losers as well as winners. Losers' efforts, courage, and choices never endure. That I can't abide. Everyone who dies in battle should be met with an equal reward. That's why my domain welcomes winners and losers alike. Every soul that fought with bravery, lost miserably, and was swiftly forgotten has a home here. I recognize their accomplishments and offer them rest and tranquility. So, which will you be, soul? Will you be a loser and go off to the paradise over the horizon, to your eternal rest? Or will you be the winner and return once more to your own battle? Real talk, all of Mictlan is at stake in this battle, so if you win, the 7th Lostbelt will be truly finished. I will use the dawning sun, Nahui Mictlan, our 5th son, to bring Mictlan's story to a close. Show me your resolve. Now is the time to choose between life and death. Just because he chose life doesn't mean he'll be able to claim it. This realm will be his final resting place. Chaldea has abused humanity far too much to be a match for the foreign god. Chaldeus. No. Marisbury is not an enemy of humankind. He's an enemy of the entire universe. If I'm the only one who sees him for what he truly is, then I'll destroy this planet and stop humankind from becoming the greatest villains in the known universe. Your goal is to save the world. Mine is to save all of creation. We may both have humankind's best interest at heart, but given how different our approaches are, this conflict was inevitable. Now get ready, soul. Neither of us have anything holding us back here. I challenge you not as a cryptor, but as a master. Win or lose, this is the end. Let's see how you compare to the simulation battles I imagined inside my coffin. David. Oh, David. Cannot use MASH. Okay. Yeah, this formation seems like it's the best case scenario. I'm glad that I made this formation because what does the CDE do again? Ignore invincible. Yeah, that's probably a good move. Yeah, it's probably still a good move. Okay. Let's get this party started. Grand battle. David has all his command spells back. Lovely. There is no death nor birth. There is no reinstatement. There is no security or preservation of humanity. God is in the void, and its name is Caldeus, the foreign god, Caldeus. So I'm noticing here, game, that you did not switch my party around. Okay. It's annoying, but means Tyra is not going to smack as hard, but we will have to deal. We have command spells live and in charge. Also, this music. I honestly like it. This is some pretty cool sounding music. Guts, Stateward, Grudge of Vengeance. Yeah, we want that. Death Resistance is good. That can wait. And that can wait. We will see how we do. Will we break the first bar in one hit? Tyra's proved her worth, by the way. I must say. He's proved her worth as a very potent servant. He still goes woo. Also, he doesn't have invincibility, I'm realizing. I just realized Tezcat does not gain himself invincibility here. That's noteworthy. Charisma of Conflict, an attack boost. I want to save Tyra's NP. This should not break. Unless Cass crits. In which case, that's a break. I hope he does not NP. If he does, we still have a Guts. Blessings to the Dead Warriors. Midday Sun. Midday Sun. He just got something. What did he just get? He nullifies incapacitation, he ignores invasion, and deals damage with attacks still. Okay. So this will be pointless, but it can be gone. It can go off. Then we will do... We'll wait on that. We're gonna hold off on Cass's NP until next turn, so that way we can tank Tezcat's NP. I don't remember if it drains buffs, though. If it drains buffs, then it's kind of pointless to wait, but is what it is what it is. Decent hit. Not fantastically high, but still decent. Okay. We can do Genji Must Die for a NP gain, and then beep bop boop. It's hilarious that I'm not even with the proper team here, and I'm still doing pretty good. Okay, here's the NP. First Son, Xibalba. He ignores invincibility and NP strength up. That's right. So we're fine as long as we have Cass's NP going here. Oh, his NP is different at Final Ascension. That looked pretty fucking metal, not gonna lie. Cass is liable to go down here soon. Try and get a stun off. I don't want to burn the NP as a thing. Oh wait, he's immune to stun. What am I doing? Oh, we got the break all the same. Crits pay the bills. An unscarred man is no warrior. Dawn's son. So he has ignore invincibility. He also applied something to everybody. There goes one cast. Should bring in Mictlan. Okay. Everybody is live. Apply the guts again. So what does he have? Increase special resistance against all attacks while HP is at 100%. So if we can do some damage to him, so we need to actually do damage to him before we attack with NP. He also, did he apply that to us? He applied that to us as well. Okay, let's get a heal off on Tyra. And we will go quick NP arts. So that's disabled. So now this will do full damage. There's not many buffs going into Tyra right now, admittedly. But the next one will have buffs, because we will have the full breadth of Merlin and Waver's skills. As long as they both survive. Grudge of Vengeance procs. So now is the issue. Tyra is very high likelihood of going down here. Very high likelihood of going down. The ignore invincibility is dangerous. Get some defensive buffs going. Get max HP as well. That's a pseudo heal. This will leave us with only 40% NP to gain. We can just use a command spell to fully recharge NP. Overgauge. 132. We didn't even need to NP. This is your last test. Dance before death. Smoky mirror. That's the thing that switched us around, but it doesn't look like it's doing it this time. He did something else this time. I don't know what. He has NP, and I have no way to survive. Shite. Resistance to normal attacks. I might lose this one. Because I have no methods of survival. Fuck. I'm not gonna use command spell. So what we need to do is we need to rearrange our party since he does not swap front and back line. He's also not invincible. That brings the question, is Tyra the best choice? Yeah, you wiped my line. Yeah, so just casting Scotty's not going to be enough. So I'm initiating rewind power. We did not actually... That wasn't the first fight, you know. I have a power greater than Tezcatlipoca. I can undo things as if they were never done before. It's such a great power. But, knowing what we know now, we'll bring a cast in, but it doesn't matter. Double Cass. Rather than Tyra, we are going to bring in... Where is she? I'm sorted by level. Go back to Bond. Rather than Tyra, we are bringing in Jolter. Base Jolter. If my eyes can stop sort of being glazed over and actually lock onto her. So we don't need the Ignore Invincibility anymore. That's good. Instead, we will go with... what? Buster an NP strength by 10% or a flat 15%? I think a flat 15% boost might be the better serving. Scotty does not need her card. We will throw Waver's card on him, though. Alright. Let's try this again. There's neither death nor rebirth. There is no reinstatement. I'm reinstating this battle. So, okay. That can wait. Attack boost. Greetings, Shadowbuzz. Greetings. Welcome to the stream. How be things, how be things. You are watching in the cinematic final fight against Tezcatlipoca. LB7 is nearly done. And this seems like it might be the very last bout. This fight took you through the grinder to get it done. Yeah, it definitely seems like it will be a difficult one to do right. I need to time my invincibilities, or my Castoria NPs properly here. Luckily, I've got some strong servants. And this is technically my second attempt on it as well, because I brought in the first attempt thinking that he would do the whole switcheroo thing he did previously, and I had Tyra, so it wasn't as strong of a team. Yeah, the ORT fights were very well executed, incredibly well executed. I very much enjoyed them. I can probably get away with not... Yeah, I can probably get away with not even NPing this turn. Because Jolter crits like a beast. Oh yeah, Melt dealt the finishing blows on pretty much every variant of ORT. Melt is my ORT killer. As did the Ellies. The Ellies, I'm pretty sure I used all but the Caster, Ryder, and Saber Liz were the only ones that did not get used. Even still, they kicked ass. I might be able to get away with... I still have all the buffs going. If I do one cast NP now, that'll give me an attack boost. Is it worth to go for the attack boost now? Let's get a heal off. I think it is. Get an attack boost off. You use the bitchiest bitch who ever bitched for this fight. Yeah. I feel like using Jolter is a pretty solid choice for me. Just because she's proven she's a beast. Especially, I think she is my strongest I think she's the strongest single target Avenger servant there is in the game, if memory serves. Also, I completely forgot that he had that special attack resistance going. So that could have gone a lot worse than it did. Oh gosh, I could have just screwed up. I almost screwed up hard there. Okay, he's about to NP. Xelter does have the invincibility going. She's lacking a lot of her buffs. I could swap out this Cass. Bring in Merlin. That's only a 50%. I do not have enough to get another NP off of Xelter without using a command spell. Is it the time for command spell? I think so. I think one more... If we can do all those set up right, one more command spell should be all we need. I don't know if you're a threat against humanity, Tezcat, but we're gonna, you know, go with the idea that you might be. Actually, I should put the wrong... Waver. Waver does not have the Pure Buster, but he does have his innate... I did put his Bond CE on, so theoretically speaking, Waver should be a little bit better off here. Yeah, we are 1% NP off from having been able to perfectly do that, but luckily, we have our command seals back. And Ephemeral Dream as well. All in. Doot. Dot. Deet. Oh yes, that is such a big... That is a good quality of life change. I am very glad that they did that as well. Excellent quality of life. 10 out of 10 would do again. They just need to add more things that command spells can do now. Like, maybe add in the idea that they can recharge skills or something. There we go. Don't indulge yourself, don't play tricks, I see right through you. You're dead! What did you... What... What did he... He recharged me. Cannot attack except with noble phantasms. Okay, trying to calc it then. What is my best? I mean, obviously Xelter last. It's not gonna do too much extra, but... Doot. I prefer Brave Chain kills, but now I guess I can't do that. Yay. Come on. Cast for another attack boost. I'm a little worried that Xelter might not have the oomph to push through this bar. Because she does not have all the buffs she normally has on her. She does not have Ephemeral Dream. We got it! Whew! Worried for nothing. I was worried for nothing. We got some obsidian knives. That was kind of tense at the end. I knew it. In a competition between masters, you have the upper hand. Still, why did you have to fight his servants all by yourself, Tezcat Lapoka? You're a god. Couldn't you have called in some subordinates or something? Maybe chain summon a few jaguar warriors? Oh well. It is what it is. Now that I've lost, I'd best be on my way. Was ORT really the only way to fight the foreign god? Yes, it was. I can't form trusting relationships the way you can. By the time I'd figured out Chaldea's identity when I was working on Team A, I was far too late to stop it. Chaldeus was a complete planet by then. No one could possibly destroy it. I tried threatening Marisbury, hoping I could make him put a stop to his plan. Instead, he killed himself. Odd comparing Tez and Gramps as Grand Assassin. Tez isn't Grand Assassin, though. He's a ruler. He said if the choice was between his own life and his plan for the preservation of humanity, there was nothing to even think about. In that moment, I had no choice but to go along with his plan. No outsider could ever destroy Chaldeus. The only ones who could ever have a chance had to be the members of Chaldea. And that's your group. Me, I chose to remain a cryptor. But fighting the old Chaldea as part of the new Chaldea never occurred to me. Novum Chaldea. That is an excellent name. David! Wait! Knock it off. You're gonna deny him a graceful exit too now? Just see him off. Mictlan's a good place for him now. Don't worry, my paradise may be one hell of a dream spa, but it's not eternal. Once he's rested up, I'm gonna have him fight again, and this time, he'll be on the winning side. Oh? When you get right down to it, this place is a rest stop. It's meant to help prepare warriors for their next battle. Hold up, don't have my master authority back. So wait, is that foreshadowing David will return? A la Avengers style? Alright, I almost forgot. What's with that sneer, dude? Why are you sneering when I mention that? Go on, take it then. This is the form I used to trade you for it, so it's only right I use this form to return it to you, too. And once again, I'm a master. Alright, time for me to get going, too. It's a shame we were on opposing sides this time. Then again, maybe it was for the best. I'm not much for self-restraint. If we'd been allies, I'd have wound up shooting you in the back of the head. As a rule, I lend my aid to everyone who's fighting for something, but I was really betting on David here. I mean, his vision for mass destruction was on a whole other level. I've watched entire nations die out more times than I can count, so of course I'm the kind of guy who's going to get my hopes up. But don't get me wrong, there's no such thing as a cataclysmic battle that destroys everything. You might have ended Mictlan, but you didn't destroy it. You heard how extinction happens repeatedly in Aztec mythology, right? Then you should have also heard that afterwards, some things always come back to life. Even if a country or civilization falls or is destroyed, something will keep living on. Something no one can erase. Do you know what that something is? Records? Time. You people tend to see time as something to be measured, but really it's something that accumulates. That's all it needs to be valuable. Whether you die or your country is destroyed, time isn't going anywhere. Humans like to think of themselves as passengers riding the flow of time, but really it's the other way around. Fact is, time is the passenger. Humans are the current that carries it. Remember this, soul. Humans aren't the only ones marking the passage of time. There's the time humans observe, the time recorded by machines. The time for matter to wear down, the time for planets to cool. As long as any of those exist, our world will never die out, nor will there ever be any permanent end. Sure, some things will be lost, but even when everyone on this planet has outlived their usefulness, time will keep marching on into the future, forever. That's fairly philosophical. That is pretty philosophical, Tez. But that seems to have been Arrow 23. Is there an Arrow 24? There is an Arrow 24. So for those of you watching this on YouTube, I'm going to cut the episode here. Thank you so much for coming out. Be sure to subscribe so you can get what looks to be the final part of Nahui Mictlan tomorrow. So, thanks for coming out, YouTube.